warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ulul Azmi. I am student of English Education Department of State Institute of Islamic Studies in Palu. Here, I would like to share my opinion about 5 issues. The, the issues are corruption, nationalism, radicalism, rubbish, and hate speech. This video has a fulfillment for my assignment named Critical Reading. Here, I would like to share my opinion about 5 issues. The first issue that I will talking about is about corruption. In this article, talking about digital payment that can relieve the corruption because they think that by using digital payment, people don't have a chance to do cheating. In my opinion, digital payment is a pretty good way to relieve the corruption, but it is only in a small circle. Because as we know together that the biggest corruption case happened in a big area. Big area here means that the biggest corruption done by people who had a huge influence and had a turn in this country. So without underestimate the digital payment itself, I have an argument that our government should give a big, even a huge punishment to the corruption. So it can lead the effect of deterrent to the corruption. First of all, people may feel fear to the corruption, but one day it could be a habit. By habit comes integrity. If people have integrity, they will not do a bad thing, even a small one. Now we move to the second issue. The second issue is about nationalism. In this article, talking about an effort to build a nationalism in this digital era. Here, Mr. Gun argued that the transformation digital era also happened in the some field like education, culture, and social. So an effort to build the nationalism in this digital era more than a big challenge. Mulyono assessed that the big challenge in this digital era is to build the culture of literature to protect the young generation to the civilization of the internet to the negative activity. As I see, an effort to build nationalism in digital era seems so hard nowadays because the youth already poisoning by platform that has been stole their time. The real of nationalism, I think, that it comes from deep inside the human itself. But it can fade away if they don't feed it. I mean here, feed, like don't realize where they come from or feel uncomfortable of where they come from. An effort to build nationalism can do by a small thing, I think. By something like continuously, by doing something continuously, like every day in the morning, our anthem should be placed in television, radio, and any platform that can support it. I believe that by consistently hear our anthem with the true manner will increase our nationalism time by time. So, as Indonesian, we need nationalism nowadays. Then we move to the third issue. The third issue is talking about radicalism. In this article, present that police in Lombok Barat tried to fortify radicalism by giving the flip-flop action. At the first, they do founding and then educate the society about nationality education because they think that the radicalism can be destructive to nationalism. This method found by police in Lombok Barat. Their target are school, Islamic school until mosque in Lombok Barat. On Friday, there is program to collect money from the member of the police. It's a good way, I think. The money that they bought flip-flops and then the Holy Quran and then they give it to the children. From this case, I am a little confused why their target is a Muslim. Is it because all of the society is a Muslim there, or are they think is that a Muslim is the perpetrator of radicalism itself, that who make the nationalism. Giving is a good action as a human, especially giving something for someone who needs. Here, they are giving to fortify radicalism in Muslim field especially. Indirectly, perhaps, they think that Muslims with their faith will break nationalism. It means they do radicalism. Why only Muslims become the target? Why not look around? I mean, really look around. Because maybe the radicalism that they understand it's not Muslim field, but in the different direction. That's for me. Now we move to the fourth issue. The fourth issue is about rubbish. This article that I have is about the waste plastic that can turn out become a fuel oil. This article presents that there is a school who can turn out the plastic rubbish in fuel oil. We know that plastic rubbish always be the big problem in Indonesia. It is start from agency, from a teacher who feel worry of waste management in Indonesia because it's not solve the problem. Even we don't have a solution, where should we take the plastic waste? Finally, the teacher make a big decision. He tried to make a tool that can turn out the plastic waste to fuel oil, but the tool still have a problem and cannot use as well as it must. Widarto, the name of the teacher, made this tool since 2016. From me, I do respect the teacher who has a principle and have a real action like him. This problem is really hard to handle by the government. So that's why we need to make a movement to solve this problem. We may see the other country that can solve their plastic waste problem greatly. But first of all, we can start it by ourselves. So by not using much or many plastic bags, we can make less of the presentation of the plastic wrappers. Ladies and gentlemen, now we move to the last issue. The last issue is about hate speech. In this article, on June 11, 2019, in Tapos Depok, the police caught the perpetrator of hate speech. The initial of the perpetrator is YY, in Indonesia is YY. In group YY said that Jokowi should be dead, and wait for the bomb in this near future. By his action, so he got entangled. The article at 29 JO Article 25B Undang-Undang Number 19/2016. For me, I agree with the police because the perpetrator have done a worse thing. President is like ambassador of our country, so we need a president able. I mean like the real figure that can represent us. If there is a person who did wrong something bad, if there is a person who did something wrong to the president, it's better if we ask them first. Why did they do that? Maybe it is kind of disappointed expression, or like disappointed of how to lead the president of us. As democratic country, we as the society has the right to giving or to share opinion, but please in a good way. It can be bad. We can be share it in a bad way if the situation really comes worse. That's all my opinion. Thank you very much for watching, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.